Welcome to the Love Hub channel, where we discuss matters of the heart and give relationship advice to women. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the signs you are not over your ex. Ladies, we know it can be really hard, especially after you have just broken up, but it is important for you to be able to move on. Remember, the Love Hub is a judgment-free zone. We don't judge women here. We are your safe space. Now let's get to the topic. Sign 1. You look for the slightest opportunities to reach out to them. Ladies, this is not a good thing. Especially after a breakup, you need to give each other space. Something just happened to you, your sibling got engaged, a new person moved into the neighborhood. The smallest things make you think about your ex, and you try your best to reach out to your ex and just let him know that there's a new neighbor in town or my sister got engaged. He doesn't really need to know these things anymore. When these things do happen, you may find yourself picking up the phone to call him, and that is not the right way to go. This is a clear sign that you are not over your ex. Sign 2. Everything reminds you about them. If you always find yourself seeking parallels between your everyday activities and your ex, it could be that you're still in love with him. Does the barking dog in your mom's neighborhood look like the German Shepherd your ex used to have? Does the chandelier in your new dining room remind you of the one that was in your ex's bedroom? All those little details that really shouldn't matter anymore have a great meaning to you still. If you're not over someone, if you still love them, then you still feel some kind of emotional connection with that person. And so every little thing that you see reminds you of him because you want to be with him so much. It's important for you to realize that the little things that remind you of him are just they're everyday normal things. He's not there anymore. He's no longer there to give it any kind of importance. All you really have are memories, and as good as a lot of them are, it's important for you to learn how to let it go. Sign 3. You compare him to all of your present relationships. So you finally decided to give yourself a chance at love again. After mourning your relationship with your ex, you allowed your friends to talk to you into seeing new people and being less picky when interested people approach you at work or at a party. You finally decide to socialize. That's awesome. The only challenge is that now you are subconsciously finding yourself using your ex as a yardstick for all of your new relationships. If conversations with your new romantic interest revolves around how awesome your ex was or the things that he used to do or what you guys love doing together, or if you've caught yourself thinking about how your new partner will never measure up to your ex-boyfriend in some ways, then clearly you are not over him. And what you're also doing is preventing yourself from moving on because you're not giving any of these new guys a chance. You are basically driving them away because all you do is compare them to your ex. Sign 4. You're stalking him on social media. It's Friday and you're home alone. Out of boredom, you pick up your phone and decide to check out your Instagram feed. 30 minutes later, you find yourself on your ex's Instagram wall, and that's the last thing you remember doing that night. You spent hours looking at his social media feed. It consumed you. If you've been in this position a number of times, then you really aren't over your ex. It's time to give that up. You could have done something more productive with your life or with your night, and instead, you spent it scrolling through your ex's Instagram account. Sign 5. You still value the gifts he gave you. It's okay to value the gifts you get from loved ones, but this is different. If you still keep the gifts that he gave you, even the ones from ages ago, especially when you no longer need them, then this could be a sign that you were not over him. You still attach emotional importance on things that he gave you. Take a quick look around your house at the moment. What gifts did he give you that are still within your sight? If there's a lot of them, you may need to start thinking about getting rid of them or donating them. There are other people that will have better use of it, more use of it than you. Sign 6. You're probably putting up a strong front. When your friends ask you how you're doing, or the random acquaintance from work tries to check up on you, you tell them you're completely fine. You're good as new. Most times, you may even be tempted to do this with more strength than is absolutely necessary. So you may find yourself putting up a smiling face or trying to sound quippy when in truth, you're still in love with your ex and you are just falling apart inside. While it's necessary to show people that you're strong and that you've moved on, please remember to deal with this squarely if you truly want to move on from the breakup. Take as much time as you need. Deflecting almost never works. Sign 7. You dread self-assessment. This is somewhat connected to the last point. While it is so much easier to convince people that you are fine and you've got it all figured out, there's one person who may not fall for your cute smiles and strong facade. You. This is probably why self-assessment or introspection exercises may not be your favorite at the moment. When you try to get rid of the noise and have a conversation with yourself, you may hear that insistent voice in your mind that reminds you that you haven't quite healed from the breakup and demands that you pay closer attention to leaving your ex in the past. Sign 8. You have little or no interest in pursuing new love interests. Depending on the relationship you had with your ex and how your breakup went, it may not be out of place to dread jumping into the relationship pool immediately, and this is totally understandable. However, if after a huge amount of time has passed and you still find it difficult to move on and find happiness with someone else, especially when there's someone in the picture who likes you and who you also like, it could be a sign that you're not over your ex. If you're at this point, please give yourself a break. You may want to try letting go of the past and pursuing something new with the new people who are worth your time. Self-awareness and acceptance will go a long way in helping you move on. These are just some of the signs that show that you are not over your ex, and we totally understand it is hard to move on from a breakup, but you deserve better. You deserve to be happy and in a new and loving relationship. So if you find the opportunity to fall in love again with someone special, go for it. Don't let your ex hold you back.